So I think, my mom raised me and my brothers just to really know what's going on with our heart and our heart health. Obviously, we had to wait until the passing of my father, who was a professional athlete and, passed all of his physicals and, still a major life event happened. So the main goal is to just spread awareness. I think go to your doctor, know what your cholesterol looks like, and get ahead of it so you don't have to wait for a major life event to happen. But like I said, using the memories and stories of my own father to spread something like that, means the world to me. So it's amazing. It really shows what, the St. Louis community is. And it's been over 20 years, and I still feel like I'm home, and people look at me like my dad was playing a week ago. So it's really cool to it's almost like a family out here, and I was welcomed with open arms. So I think with my family, our goal is to get to St. Louis more, to know, my dad's friends and who he played with. And like I said, he did pass away from heart disease, but, it doesn't mean that everyone has to wait for something like that to happen. And like I said, I'm lucky enough to have a family that is very ahead of it and very aware of what's going on.
But he was mentoring my mentors. And the Darryl Kile legacy was passed on and still going in that clubhouse strong because of the man he was, not just on the field but off. I felt like I needed to be a part of it. It was right here in St. Louis is one of the most at-risk communities for ASCVD. So being I feel like I'm kind of raised here, so it's very important to me. And so if we can get out ahead of this, like she said, raise awareness for this and get as many people as we can out there seeing their medical professionals so that we can get ahead of it, then that would be a really great thing.
What people don't know out there is that this thing called ASCVD is the number one cause of death in the U.S. The number one cause, and it's due to this LDL bad cholesterol. And I can go through what all that is. I'm not gonna, but it eventually leads to where your artery gets narrowed, the blood flow gets restricted, and it could lead to a heart attack or stroke. And the thing I want to point out about that is, as you have that high LDL in your body, and I've had it, you don't feel anything. You don't even know it's there. It's all symptomless. And then one day you do feel it, and it's not good because you could have had a heart attack or stroke. And so, this is a perfect place to start this, just to honor the legacy of Darryl. And as was said, it's a city that's been hit hard by CV death.
We know awareness has gone down, and so we want to bring those numbers back up. We want more people to go and ask their doctors about their LDL, about their bad cholesterol. And so those are sort of two big goals, I guess. But obviously the big mega goal for Cris, for WomenHeart, for anyone in the cardiovascular space is that we reduce cardiovascular deaths. Right? Sure. That's the ultimate goal. Yeah. But we're not going to get there if we're not raising awareness, if people are not talking to their doctors, if people aren't getting tested, and all of that.